watches. And let's rub our hands together. We'll take a deep breath in and roll the shoulders back and side out. Think of your syncopa, your intention for this class or for the evening. Let that be in your hands, working that into yourself. Take another deep breath, working that into yourself. Take another deep breath, side out the noise. Leaning in hatha, so a lot of the practice, eyes are closed. So holler at me if you need a modification or anything like that. So let's take that deep breath in, side out one more time. And now we'll start. So breathing in. Breathing in. Hold the breath, pull in the root block, all of the pelvic muscles and all of that going in and up to the crown of your head, energy moving. Eyes are closed with gaze gently in the third eye. And exhale. And we'll take a minute in Gyan Mudra, thumbs and forefingers. We'll just kind of let our higher self get here. We'll help ourselves get a little bit more present. Smile on our face, because this is joyful yoga. We intentionally lift our brain chemicals, bringing in oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, and all the goodness. And it's with a smile. Sometimes it's with a laugh. Couple more breaths. And exhale, hands on the knees, and we'll just start with our neck. So just roll your head. First, just roll in the front, so half. Just breathing naturally. Smile on your face. Next inhale, if it's comfortable, go ahead and roll in the back. center slowly. And let's just shake a little bit. Shake your hands, smile on your face, wiggle and wobble. Just shake it off. I mean, if you want, well, we'll do that in a second, actually. So we're shaking, shaking, shaking. And then we're going to take our energy, we're going to swipe out, swipe towards your heart. It's like dry brushing, swiping. You can even take your neck, swipe. The lymph goes to the heart. The heart cleanses the lymph and creates something else with it. So anytime we're working with where we have lymph nodes in the top half of our body, we do that. And we can tap our heart a little bit and smile. Big, deep breaths. One more big, deep breath. And now in the legs, you can work it down and out. So kind of in your own way. We're just removing whatever's not serving us. There's just been a lot happening in the last week, last few days. So, and then just shake it off your hands. And let's roll the shoulders. Inhale up, exhale down, starting in whichever direction is close. Inhale up, exhale down, starting in whichever direction is comfortable for you. Switch direction. And if you notice tight spots or whatever, you can work your fingers into the acupressure points, or you can breathe into that space. And let's take an inhale, raise our arms up. Exhale one side, give yourself a nice side bend. You can kind of reach that elbow back just a little to open it up, or stay where you are. And we'll raise back up to center and inhale. And we'll come back. Trying to keep both cheeks on the ground. And by focusing on that, you get a little bit more of that side stretch. Next inhale, go ahead and reach back up. And just reach to the sky. Reach your fingers tall. Take a few breaths. Remember that throughout the practice, we are connected, both as above and so below. Next inhale, reach a millimeter more. Exhale, hands to knees. And you can shake it out a little bit. Keeping that smile on our face. And we'll come into Sufi grind. So we're in easy seat. You're gonna inhale in the front, exhale in the back, jump rope with your spine, opening the heart, finding your limits and your knots and your sore places and your tight places. Keeping the belly engaged, protect the lower back all times. Switch direction. Inhale in the front, exhale in the back. Again, you can go low, you can go high, you can find, this is opening hip flexors, massaging all the organs, all the digestion, the liver, the kidneys are all being massaged right now. So you can arch and stay high and round and stay back to center. We'll take a deep breath in. We'll pull in that root lock, pull that energy up to the crown. Hold the breath. And exhale. So we'll do camel ride, hands on shins. So we'll do camel ride, hands on shins. So we'll do camel ride, hands on shins. And we'll start with the bottom half of our spine. So we're going to inhale in the front, exhale in the back. If you want to have a mantra, you can have Sat Nam, which means the truth is in me. You could do Sat forward, Nam at the back, if you wanted. Belly's engaged again to protect that lower back. You can go at your own pace, speeding it up or slowing it down. The exhale tends to be powerful because that's the place where you can let go of toxins, let go of what's not serving you. Smile on your face. The thing always to remember is belly's engaged, chin is parallel to the floor. And we'll inhale here, switch your hands to the knees. Now we're going to be working the top half of our spine, so we're going to open our hearts and close. Same breathing pattern, same speed that you might want to go. Last one, we'll inhale neutral, hold the breath, pull in the root lock, all of the pelvic muscles and the abdomen pulling up, imagining that energy going out the crown of your head, and exhale. We're going to take the thumbs, put them behind the shoulders, fingers in front, arms are parallel. We're going to do this for a minute. We're Belly's engaged. Protect that lower back. Here we go. Inhale neutral. Hold that breath. Pulling the root lock. Exhale. Let's come into cat-cow. So come onto the table. So come onto the table. Knees are hip width distance apart. We'll do this for a minute. So inhale, cow, exhale, cat. At your own pace. Belly's engaged. Come to neutral, inhale. Pulling that root lock here. Come to neutral, inhale. Pulling that root lock here. Here. Pull the energy up to the ground. Child's pose to over your hands. If that's not comfortable for you. You don't have to put a lot of weight on your wrists, Sarah. You can have your weight mostly on the back, so you're not putting too much weight on your wrists. We'll switch directions. Let's come into neutral table. We're going to inhale and raise one arm, twisting just a bit, and come on into thread the needle, leaning on that shoulder, stretching out the other arm, and breathe here. Next, inhale, bring that hand against the platform to bring you back up. Come back to table. And we'll do the other side. So inhale, Reach up, twist a little bit. Exhale, thread the needle. Stretch out the other arm and breathe. Next, inhale, breathe in. Stretched out arm. You can press yourself up. And from here, we're going to inhale and pivot the back leg. So I'm going to use the other leg. We'll pivot out to here. We're going to go into gate pose. Totally spaced on that for a second. I'm going to start on the other side. So we'll inhale, pivot the foot. Stretch up, and if you want to intensify it, you can raise the leg as well. And breathe here. Looking up at the ceiling past your armpit, smile on your face. Next, inhale, reach your toes and fingers a little bit more, a little further. And exhale, release. Come back to table. Wiggle it out a little bit. And we'll inhale next. Pivot that foot out. Find your balance. Come into gaze. Raise the leg. And breathe. Next, inhale, stretch a millimeter more, exhale, come back to table, wiggle it out a little, and let's press back into child, so widen the knees, touch the toes, child's pose, and stretch up. And the next inhale, tense your fingers. No, look at me. Tense your fingers, so you're on your table, on your fingers. Yeah. And then we're going to walk to the left for another side stretch. Tense your fingers. Here we go. And breathe there. Center on an inhale. And exhale to the other side. And relax and breathe. Next inhale, go ahead and walk it back to center. Press up into table. And let's inhale and balance. Lifting up the opposite arm and leg. And just scoot back a little. And breathe here. Inhale, reach a millimeter more. And then exhale, release. Shake it out. And let's do a quick stretch into puppy pose. So actually come back to table, widen your knees a little bit. Feet are not touching, and just lean into puppy. Allowing your upper back to get a nice stretch in your shoulders. You can kind of walk your fingers forward to get a little more deeper. Inhale, bring your hands back so you can push yourself up. And we're going to come onto our forearms and plank if you want, knees if you don't. We're going to just do plank if you want, knees if you don't. We're going to just do plank if you want, knees if you don't. We're going to just do 30. Keep that core engaged. The glutes are engaged. The more of a stick you are with everything engaged, the easier it is, believe it or not. And you're almost done. And lower down. Go ahead and put your head on your hands for a minute and just take a break. On the next inhale, go ahead and bring your hands under your shoulders and press up. And if you can, cross your feet, come onto your seat, and bring your legs in front. So it's going to be a minute. This is what it looks like. Inhale, exhale about 45 degrees. You're trying to get your heels off the mat, your toes pointing back at us. Everything is engaged, everything. So core, triceps, fingers, everything's engaged. We're going to do it for a minute. Here we go. Inhale. You can have ujjayi breath if you like. I find in the exhale I get a little more out of it with ujjayi. I find in the exhale I get a little more out of it with ujjayi. Ujjayi means like we do the root lock, it's a forward lock. It's mostly used with hatha and ashtanga and anusara styles of yoga. When you hear people and they're making a lot of noise out of their throat, that's ujjayi breath. Come to neutral, inhale. Hold the breath. Pull in the root lock. Everything's engaged. Exhale. exhale, relax. Shake it out, windshield, wipe your legs. Let's come back to easy seat. So we'll just do a little ego eradicator. So this is fire breath for 1 minute. It looks like this. So our fingertips come down to the base of our fingers, so I call them paws. And then our thumbs are up like antenna at 60 degrees, engaged, belly's engaged. Thank you, I needed that too. Excuse me. Okay, so the timer, so fire breath is puppy panting. I'm sure you know this already, but I'm just gonna, and for them. But puppy panting, my belly's engaged, my belly's pumping. Through my nose. With the exhale being the more powerful. Okay, we'll do that for a minute with our antenna up. Okay, here we go. Ego eradicator, here we go. Everything engaged, belly's engaged, pump, pump, pump. Smile on our face. If you get dizzy or anything, slow down your breathing. If you need to take a break, take a break. We're almost done. Okay, inhale. Bring your thumbs together above your head with your fingers like antenna, reaching for the sky. Hold that breath. Pull in the root lock. Pull in all the energy. Pull in the abdomen. Everything going out the crown of your head. Hold the breath. Exhale, keep your hands up. Inhale. Hold the breath. Pull in the root lock. Exhale, keep your arms up. Inhale. Last time, stretch up, taller, taller, get a millimeter taller. Exhale, you're combing your aura, bring your hands back down and into the ground and breathe. Put your hands in Gyan Mudra. Take a moment for meditation. Kind of check in with yourself. Are you warmer? Do you feel your heart beating? Do you feel your blood flowing? Do you feel more energetic or not? I don't hold any judgment on any answer that would come with any of that. Just breathe in. Do a little body scan. Check in with yourself. On the next inhale, let's come into straddle. We're going to grab our big toes. We're going to use our index finger on the bottom of our toes, our thumb on the tops if we can reach. If it's our shins, calves, or whatever, that's fine. Knees, doesn't matter. If you can grab your toes, you want to press that big toe that opens your pineal gland. And we're going to just breathe naturally here in a hatha style, which means the crown of our head on an inhale is going to reach that way. then we go a little bit lower. Reach that way, out, and then we go a little bit lower on the exhale. We go a little bit lower on the exhale. Inhale, you reach a little longer, taller. Exhale, a little lower. So we'll just take a few breaths in that way. So we'll inhale, reach a little further with the crown of your head toward not the sky, because it's like the corner of the building. And then exhale down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If at this point you engage your legs and your toes are starting to point back at your body, you may get a little deeper of a stretch. Take that inhale and then exhale, and you'll get a little bit lower. Breathe here, wherever you ended up. On the next inhale, let's come up gently. We're going to come into deer. So we're going to inhale, center, exhale, deer. Deer is 90-90 with the legs. Just working the hip flexors. Smile on your face. I say it every time I forget, so. One more here. And the last one. And now, let's scoot back. Make sure you guys are all on your mat. I'm not, so that's what I was doing. So we'll come into deer. And we're going to breathe, stretch, breathe here. Press your hips forward to get a little more out of those hip flexors. And exhale on your way down. We'll switch our legs. And to the other side. So when we're ready, reaching up, inhale. Pressing the hip forward a little bit to get more out of your hip flexor. Inhale, exhale, release. And we'll come onto our backs. We'll do some leg lifts. So if you want to have a diamond hand underneath your hips, you can. And we'll just do a minute of leg lifts. So hands are underneath the hips, legs are straight. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. One reason for Ujjayi breath, as I'm thinking about it, is it keeps the heat in your body. So when we lock the throat to make noise and a more intense out breath, we keep heat in the body for yoga, which makes it more flexible, more toxic, burning toxins, that kind of stuff. More toxic, burning toxins, that kind of stuff. lifts. So if you want, bring your ankles close to your tush. You can hold on to your ankles, or you can have them further away and do the same thing. Onto your ankles, or you can have them further away and do the same thing, just not holding onto your ankles. So here we're going to inhale up, squeezing the glutes, exhale down, squeezing the glutes, exhale down, inhale up, and we'll do that for a minute. And up, and I didn't start too very well, sorry. Inhale up, exhale down. The mat, going back up again. So it's not really a rest in between. Keeping those glutes squeezed as long as you can in the process. You should feel this in your quads and your hip flexors. Inhale, hold it up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull in the root lock. Exhale and relax. Let's bring our knees into our chest. And kind of roll back and forth. Just enjoy that moment. And then the last thing before we get closer to Shavasana is we'll do the wide bicycle. So hands are on the mat. Legs are, instead of doing a regular bicycle, you're going very wide. Just do this for a few breaths. If you have SI joint problems, or you're missing some piriformis strength, which is part of your glute system, or hip flexors, SI joint, or something else I'm forgetting that's in that area. This helps a lot. Those feet back on the mat, knees bent, and let's bring the soles of the feet together into butterfly. Put the palms of your hands up in receptive mode toward the ceiling. Walk your shoulder blades together and relax into inverted butterfly for a moment. Breathe. You're going to walk into more the center of your torso. And then cross the other leg over. And then widen your feet. So your knees are together, your feet are apart. And you can pull either by the shins or by the knees, like knees into chest. But this is very intense on the hip flexors and the SI joint in that area as well. So just breathe here. So as, that's what it is. And on your next inhale, pull it in a millimeter more. Exhale, gently release. And switch your legs. So come back hip width distance apart. Lift your pelvis just for a second to reset your pelvis. And then walk the other foot in toward the center of the torso. Cross the other leg over. Widen your feet. And now bring your knees into your chest, either holding your shins or your knees, or somewhere between. And breathe. Into your chest. Exhale, slowly, gently release. And find your way to Shavasana. Straightening your legs. Knitting your shoulder blades together. Hands are in receptive mode, palms to the sky. And you can make yourself 5% more comfortable. And you can starfish out if you want. And allow yourself to melt into your mat. Let's take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. One more time. Allow yourself to melt in the exhale. Inhale. Sigh it out. Imagine you're on a way on a grassy knoll. And each bit of grass's job is to pull what doesn't serve you away from you. So much like a bed of nails, each blade of grass is doing its job and taking away from you what you don't need to be recycled as love from the earth. fingers and the toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Switch direction. Next inhale, raise your arms above your head and point each toe individually, each foot individually, pointing your toes. You should feel that in your hip flexors and your abdomen. And then exhale, bring your arms back down. Next inhale, bring your knee to chest. Exhale, twist gently. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, knee to chest, other knee. Exhale, twist. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, release. Place your kneecaps into the palms of your hands and rotate, massaging your lower back. And switch direction. When you're ready, you can grab behind your knees or in front of your knees and roll up to seated. And we'll meet back in easy seat. Let's rub our hands together. Smile on our face. Think about that intention that you had at the beginning of class. Just kind of recall it. No judgment. Just a recall. And let's rub vigorously. This is my favorite when I'm tired. Rub, rub, rub. Getting that energy into the hands. And place the palms of your hands over your eyes. And breathe. On the next inhale, go ahead and release your hands. Bring them into heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale. We'll close with a long sat and a short nam, which means the truth is in me. So we'll take a deep breath in. Sat. Hands to the floor. Bow your head. Thank yourself for showing up today.